Okay, Thursday morning in the kingdom, and there's no breeze. Look at the flags. It's nice out here. So that means that Leaf Rapids, yes, Grief Rapids, where Johnny G lives, will be coated in smoke and thick smoke, so nobody will know what's going on. So yesterday, Johnny G left here early. He was done early with the freight, and he went home early, and only to find out the fire was right there, and it jumped the river, and then it was in Grief Rapids. The fire arrived in Grief Rapids, so Johnny G was able to escape to Thompson. Yes, if he worked late, he would arrive to, not be able to get home and empty out his house of the things he needed. So we'll know more later today on Johnny G, and we'll have a picture after this intro of what fire map looks like this morning in Leaf Rapids. Yes, Grief Rapids. They are they are in grief this morning. We'll know more later today. All right. So photo of Johnny G's place. Yeah. Oh yeah. Most likely his house is burnt, plus the Gardwine terminal, because everything is at that end of town. All right. So we'll worry about that. Keep you posted on that. Yes, this intro is not going very well. All right. So look at those clear skies. It's nice here, but we still have a fire south of WHO-ville, and if the wind changes and gets windy like yesterday, it'll be here, and then we'll be in the same state as Grief Rapids again. Unreal. All right, a little bit more. We're not sure what we're going to do today. My legs feel a lot better today, but my voice, I don't know. That smoke is inhaling the smoke. Hopefully this is my voice for the rest of my life. Oh yes, maybe I should move to Florida or Cuba, where it's better weather, less smoke. All right, one rotation. We might weld on that tank for the water truck. That way it's, I'm not crawling underneath the truck, because my legs don't feel like that today, crawling underneath and standing up and bumping my head and that kind of stuff. We'll see what we're going to do. But first we'll find out what the boss wants. He's such an asshole. All right, one rotation. And everybody, let's think positive for Johnny G. Hopefully he took more than his undies out of the house, or hopefully he took his wedding photo albums and stuff like that, because pictures are hard to replace. All right, we better go. Here comes the boss.
Thursday morning in WHO-ville. It's just after 9:30, and as you can see, it's pretty sunny out here right now. There's not much of a wind. There was a lot of smoke this morning, but that little bit of wind pushed it away. You can see there's not much wind by the trees there. They're not really moving. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out. Then I can make breakfast. At 1 p.m. I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to.
Okay, after morning coffee in the kingdom, and it's nice and calm and quiet, which is good for the people of Grief Rapids. The town did a press release at 8:15 this morning, stating the fire came close. They lost one house or whatever, but that's very lucky on their part considering the wind. Johnny G, we haven't heard from. He's most likely left Thompson and heading back to Grief Rapids to get that loaded trailer to take to South Indian. That's a community that has no hydro, so he's probably delivering freight out there, because some of the people are still left behind with generators and living life. All right. So when I walked the dogs this morning through the wilderness here, all we could hear was a float plane taking off and heading to the lodge. So that does not make sense. Yes. All right, the roads are closed, everything's closed, everybody's evacuated, but a lodge can continue on to run as a business, which does not make sense, because all of us have had to stop running as a business. Like, I'm not an author right now, writing books to sell, to have, support my income. I'm too busy protecting the kingdom, building water tanks and stuff like that. We can't figure that out. So the road is officially closed by Leaf Rapids. We're not sure if the main bridge is burnt or is it sustained some damage, seems how it had a rotten deck. All right, so what I did, since I was so calm, is I took the tank from over there and brought it over here. Yes, I just tied it to the back of the truck and off I went. So, okay, so we're going to shorten it. We have to shorten it, because this truck, back when it had the tow bar on it, we didn't care. We didn't care. Now we care. There's a lot of money in springs. There's a lot of money in tires. There's a lot of money in springs. So the last thing we need to do is overload it. Yes, and then break a spring. Yes, that's the last thing we need, because springs have gotten expensive. So we took the straps off the wood thing and we rolled them up, because that's now going to be weather stripping for the kingdom. Yes, weather stripping, repurpose, recycle, reuse, and we save everything. Yes, to use it one more time. I just need glass jars and put everything, all my screws and nails in glass jars, and then I'm officially an old guy. All right, so what we're going to do is we put the magic line on. All right, so the tank's going to go back together. Most people will put a line down the center and call it good. You can't do that. All the measurements are based off of the seams, because the seams, when they built this tank, it was built in a jig, so everything is straight and correct, not like what we're doing today. So we're going to cut it here. All measurements are off of here, and then going from here to here. If we had an engineered certified drawing, the boss or the engineering drawing would make us leave an inch here to cut it to get the exact measurement. We're going to cut it here and slide it in. We don't care because we don't have a blueprint or a drawing. And then once the tank is cut apart, we're going to use the skid right down there to make sure it's square or kind of straight to go back onto the into the truck. And then after we get the tank built, and then we shorten the skid, and I think it's the one that goes underneath the tank onto the truck. All right, let's get to work. We got lots to do today in a short time. Oh wait, that was that Smokey and the Bandit song. Okay, at my age I have to work smarter, not harder. Yes, I'm too sore for that. So I got the ProPoint 38 Plus out from Princess Auto. Yes, I'm not paid to say that, and they'll probably send me a letter not to say it. Okay, all right, so over here I did my cuts, and that's how you do it. This is the joys of the plasma cutter. It went through the layers no problem. It's just nice. So this will be a nice job to weld compared to the other one I did for the Lynn tractor. That was a torch cut. Oh, the drama. Plus I did it inside the shop on the back of the Lynn tractor. And also too, to get the curvature of the earth there, I mean the tank, I used my drywall square. Yes, the handy tools from the lumber world or the carpentry world sure works good. Let's see if we can do a flex on this. Look at that. Nice and flexy. Ooh, I got talent. All right, let's lift this tank up and out of the cradle, and then I can roll it around, and when I'm done it should be all way over there, and I'll see if I have enough extension cords for the plasma cutter to work. Okay, late lunch in the kingdom, but I had to get it done because the staff is going to show up here after lunch sober. Yes, we're all sober. Yeah, it's starting to get boring. All right, so I cut the tank. We started over here, and we rolled and rolled and rolled, and we cut it using the plasma cutter 38 Plus from Princess Auto ProPoint. All right, but also too, when the tank was in this position, this is a lap joint here. This fits in and it rusts in here. So I did some welds, and of course as soon as I touched it with the welder, it blew apart. So I just did layers and layers. Uphand is a lot easier. So there's the tank. We have some dirt and debris inside. You see that, Les Nesman? But that's normal after what, 30 years of use. And then over here, there was a plug on the bottom hanging down, so we corrected it. We put a patch over it. A round patch is less welding than a square patch. All right, let's go burn some lunch in the microwave, and then the staff will be here.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. I think I'll just have grilled cheese and tomato soup today. I'm not that hungry. It is extra nice out there right now. Still not much wind. 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. Looks like my dad's not ready for me yet, so I'm going to head up and do some shopping. Then at 1:30 I'll go over to the kingdom and give my dad a hand. Just got back from the store. For the one bag, it was $60. Made sure to stock up on milk. I had to get my dad some juice mix. They don't have any Kool-Aid, so I had to settle with Tang. Then I grabbed him some frozen juice as well and a bunch of chocolate bars plus a ketchup. 1:30 and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like my dad is ready to shrink the tank down. He cut it off and now we're gonna push it in so it's down to size here. This is all the stuff that came out from inside the tank. That's a lot of stuff that came out. This tank will also go on the back of the 46. 2 p.m. we got the top on. As you can see here, it lines up, but on the bottom there's still a bit of a gap. So my dad's just gonna tack weld the top, and then we can keep shimmying it around to get this side on. 2:30 and we're able to get the tank pieces put back together. Now my dad is just doing a tack weld, then he can take all the chains and stuff off and do a proper weld all the way around. 3 p.m. my dad was able to do a couple tack welds. Now he can finish out his day by welding everything back together. I'll head into WHO-ville and let the dogs out, then I can make supper and stuff at 5:30, 6 p.m.
Okay, after coffee in the kingdom, there's still no wind, so it's pretty hot here, wearing the leathers and doing the welding, so we're just rolling this along. The little mini hoe looks like those bung diesels. No, gun beetles. Oh, these lips, this being sober too long. All right, so what we're doing is uphand welds, because we stitched it when we were sewing it together, and we're doing an uphand weld, and then when we get near the top, we can do a cover pass. Yes, it's working very well. And I re-welded the vent on the top here, because I'd done it with the MIG welder back in when the fire was coming, we were in a hurry and I didn't want to burn any holes, so I did that with the MIG. So we re-welded it. So that's working out very well. Very pleased. Yes, very pleased. It was a little bit of a struggle to get it in, but we measured in 1 inch. So we just had to even out the lines, the little red lines showing the 1 inch. So we got a nice tight fit, considering the tank is probably 60 years old. I've had it for 35 years and it's not that rusted or anything, but we made it work. Yes, we made it work, and it's not round. Oh well, let's keep welding so we can call it quits early today and drink some 7-Up.
Just made it back from the Kingdom. I stopped in WHO-ville to grab my daily slushie. They were telling me that the Starlink in WHO-ville is down everywhere, so I came home to check, and sure enough it's down, so I'll head over to the Kingdom and let my dad know. In case he needs me, he'll just have to call me. Hopefully Starlink is back up before the end of the day so I can send all my videos. Almost 5 p.m. and the Starlink is finally working, so now I'll head over to my dad's to make sure his is working, and then I can see what he's up to. Made it to the Kingdom, and now I'll check to make sure my dad's Starlink is working. Looks like he was able to flip the tank over, and he's just doing the finishing welds. I'll walk over here and show you. Looks like he got all this done, right from here all the way up. I had to turn the welder off so I could do my little video. He still has a few little pieces that he has to weld. On my way back from the Kingdom, I came up to check my little blueberry spot that got turned into a fire break back when the ex-wife fire came into WHO-ville. As you can see, there's still a few bushes here that are producing blueberries. Looks like I'll be able to try out my blueberry scoop after all. I'll give it another day or two when it's not so hot out here, and I'll come down and do some blueberry picking. You can even see some blueberries off into the distance over here. Awesome, so at least I know there is still some blueberry bushes. A bunch of them did get cut down here. As you can see, this is all pretty flat now, but there is a few bushes, so I should be able to get a pail or two this season. Made it back from checking my blueberry patches. I'll have to dig out the blueberry scoops from somewhere on the truck here, but I'll wait until I actually go blueberry picking to take them out. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out, then I can make supper and end my day.
Okay, there it is, 5:15, 5:15 for those people. The new generation who can't tell time. Yes, 5:15, and we got it done. We had lots of control using the mini hoe because we could put it exactly where we wanted. I did most of the welds uphand. Yes, uphand, because I have more control while going uphand and stuff like that. So this turned out very well, very pleased. The tank is short. And it's going to look good on the truck. Look at that. We have some nice welds. Yes, nice welds. And those are the little dimplets as we try to shove it back together. But those will be well hidden underneath the truck. Yes, and that's probably where it's going to leak. All right, let's put these tools away. Get the green toy fired up to put the tank back on the skids. And then we know how long to cut the skids. Yes, that's required. Oh, what that sound is. Okay, I told the staff we'll be done at 6 o'clock, and we're done at 6 o'clock. The boss will be impressed because this is, 2 days in a row? 3 days in a row we finished a project that we started in the morning. All right, there's the tank. I put it on the edge of the skid, and we have to trim the wood off. Yes, trim the wood off. Get the chainsaw out. Yeah, right. We'll use the Sawzall, make it work. So that's turned out very well. So now the tank will fit onto the truck with no outrageous overhang, and we won't do wheelie stands, and it won't overload the truck. So these welds turned out pretty good. Very pleased, very pleased. Let's go check on the flag, seeing how we worked hard today. Okay, it got hot today, but there was no wind, not like yesterday. Yesterday was windy, and Leaf Wrap was just about burnt. Yes, Grief Wrap was just about burnt again. They got burnt on, 2000? They lost the trader court? Oh, well, look at the sunshine. Yes, and it's kind of nice evening. I should be at the lake wearing my Speedo, sitting on the edge of the dock, casting off and fishing. Yeah, right. We have work to do, and everybody's still evacuated. We're not done with the fires yet till the fat lady sings, or it rains for 40 days and 40 nights. All right, look at the flags. Oh my, the dogs are getting excited. So let's go walk them, and then make a video, drink some 7-Up, and call it a day. This is hard work for an old guy who's retired. Talk to you later.